The lights, the fame, the glory. WWE wrestlers seem larger than life, but behind the scenes, the physical toll, painkillers, and heart-wrenching realities tell a different story. Some of wrestling's biggest stars were taken far too soon, victims of toxic drug cocktails, heart failure, and tragic overdoses. They gave everything to the ring, but the price was their lives. This is the heartbreaking truth behind WWE wrestlers who died young.
At a combined weight of 525 pounds, Shad and JTG, Crime Time!
Money, yeah!
A hero in and out of the ring, Shad Gaspard, best known as one half of the WWE Tag Team Crime Time, was a powerhouse in the ring. But his greatest act of strength wasn't in wrestling, it was in sacrifice. On May 17, 2020, Shad was at Venice Beach with his 10-year-old son Arya when a strong rip current pulled them into danger. Lifeguards rushed in, but Shad made one desperate plea: "Save my son first." They did.
Some witnesses say when the lifeguards went in to rescue Gaspard and his 10-year-old son, they heard Gaspard yelling, "Save my son first, save my son, forget about me right now, rescue my son," which is exactly what lifeguards did. His son is alive today, and sadly, we learned that Shad Gaspard is not.
But by the time they returned for Shad, he had vanished beneath the waves. His body washed ashore on May 20th, 3 days later. At just 39, he left behind a legacy of courage, fatherhood, and inspiration. WWE superstars and fans alike mourned his loss. But Shad Gaspard's final act defined him forever, a father who put his child before everything else, even his own life.
I love you, son.
I love you, Daddy.
A rising star whose light burned out too soon, Lance Cade had all the makings of a WWE main eventer: size, skill, and a presence that couldn't be ignored. Trained by Shawn Michaels, he became a 3-time World Tag Team Champion alongside Trevor Murdoch. But behind the scenes, Cade struggled with personal demons that would ultimately cut his career and life short. In 2008, WWE released him after a seizure on a plane exposed his issues with prescription drugs. Though he attempted a comeback, including a brief return to WWE's developmental territory in 2009, the damage was done. On August 13, 2010, at just 29 years old, Cade passed away due to heart failure brought on by mixed drug intoxication, complicated by an enlarged heart. His sudden death was yet another heartbreaking reminder of the toll wrestling's grueling lifestyle can take. Cade had the potential for greatness, but in the end, his battles outside the ring proved too much to overcome. His passing sparked discussions about wrestler safety and the need for an off-season in professional wrestling. A career filled with promise, a life ended too soon. Andrew "Test" Martin had everything WWE wanted in a star: size, athleticism, and a powerful presence. From his early days as a bodyguard for Motley Crue to championship gold in WWE, he seemed destined for greatness. But behind the scenes, Test was fighting a battle that would ultimately claim his life. After his WWE release in 2007 and a brief stint in TNA, he struggled with injuries and prescription painkillers. On March 13, 2009, just days shy of his 34th birthday, he was found dead in his Florida apartment. The cause? An accidental overdose of oxycodone. An autopsy later revealed severe brain damage consistent with CTE, a tragic reality for many wrestlers of his era. Test had the tools to be a legend, but in the end, his toughest opponent was the toll wrestling took on his body and mind. Gone too soon, but never forgotten. A warrior in the ring, a tragedy outside of it. Edward Smith Fatu, born March 28, 1973, and better known as Umaga, was a force of nature in WWE. As the Samoan bulldozer, he crushed opponents with his raw power, speed, and an intensity few could match. A two-time Intercontinental Champion, Umaga left an indelible mark whether feuding with John Cena or standing alongside the Samoan dynasty. But behind the dominance, he struggled with personal demons. In 2009, after a second wellness policy violation and refusing rehabilitation, WWE released him. Tragically, on December 4th that same year, he suffered a heart attack at home. Attempts to save him failed, and at just 36 years old, Umaga was gone. The cause? A lethal mix of hydrocodone, carisoprodol, and diazepam, another stark reminder of wrestling's brutal toll. He was a warrior until the end, but even warriors need help. His legacy lives on through his legendary family and the fans who still chant his name.
I just wish he was here, because like the day we got signed, he passed away. He'd always say, like, man, the day you got signed, he's like, man, you guys are gonna be it.
Unpredictable, charismatic, gone too soon. Brian Pillman wasn't just a wrestler, he was a revolution. From his high-flying days as Flying Brian to his groundbreaking loose cannon persona in WCW and later WWE, Pillman blurred the lines between reality and fiction, keeping fans and even his peers guessing. But behind the chaos was a man battling intense physical pain and personal struggles. Years of injuries and substance abuse took their toll. On October 5, 1997, just hours before a scheduled match at a WWE pay-per-view, Pillman was found dead in his hotel room. The cause? Arteriosclerotic heart disease, a condition that had gone undiagnosed. He was just 35 years old. Brian Pillman redefined what it meant to be unpredictable in wrestling. His influence is still seen today, but his greatest story will always be the one left unfinished. The British Bulldog, strong, fearless, and gone too soon. Davey Boy Smith was more than just a powerhouse. He was a wrestling icon. From his legendary tag team run with the Dynamite Kid to his unforgettable SummerSlam 1992 victory at Wembley Stadium, Smith was a hero to fans worldwide. But behind the muscles and charisma was a man struggling with the toll of wrestling's demanding lifestyle. Years of injuries, painkillers, and steroid use took their toll. On May 18, 2002, while on holiday in Invermere, British Columbia, Smith suffered a fatal heart attack. He was just 39 years old. The cause? An enlarged heart, likely the result of years of steroid abuse. A man built like a tank, but even tanks can break down. Despite his tragic end, Smith's legacy lives on, in WWE history, in the hearts of fans, and through his son, Davey Boy Smith Jr., who continues to honor his father's name in the ring. Lie, cheat, and steal. But no one could steal Eddie from our hearts. Eddie Guerrero wasn't just a wrestler. He was an artist in the ring, a showman who made fans laugh, cry, and cheer. From his WCW cruiserweight battles to his underdog WWE Championship victory over Brock Lesnar in 2004, Eddie was one of the most beloved superstars of all time. But behind the smile was a man who fought his own demons. Years of substance abuse took a toll on his body. Though he had turned his life around through faith and determination, the damage was done. On November 13, 2005, Eddie was found unresponsive in his Minneapolis hotel room, the victim of acute heart failure caused by atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. He was just 38 years old, gone, but never forgotten. His influence is still felt today, from Latino heat chants to the success of wrestlers he inspired. Eddie Guerrero lives forever in the hearts of fans. She lived in the spotlight, but battled darkness behind the scenes. Ashley Massaro rose to fame as the winner of WWE's 2005 Diva Search, quickly becoming one of the company's most popular female stars. With her punk rock style and fearless attitude, she captivated fans, competed at WrestleMania 23, and even appeared on Survivor China in 2007. But behind the glamour, Ashley struggled with personal pain. After leaving WWE in 2008 to care for her young daughter, she faced health issues, depression, and the long-term effects of injuries sustained in the ring. She later joined a lawsuit against WWE, alleging the company had concealed the risks of head injuries. On May 16, 2019, Ashley was found unresponsive in her home. Despite efforts to save her, she passed away at just 39 years old, leaving behind her teenage daughter. Her death, reported as suicide, was a heartbreaking reminder of the struggles many wrestlers face after the spotlight fades. Yet, in her short life, Ashley left an unforgettable impact on WWE and her fans, her story serving as a poignant reminder of the challenges hidden beneath the surface of fame. The ring made them legends, but it also took its toll. Pain, pressure, and addiction led to tragic endings that could have been prevented. Could the industry do more to protect its stars? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories from the world of wrestling. Their legacies live on, but their tragic fates remain a warning. See you in the next video.